Hey guys, welcome back to part 2 of balancing your day. Now we're going to be going over some tools to help you to get through your day. The first thing I want you to know and to go over is that try looking at your day as like a mini life. It has a beginning, a middle, and an end, right? And in your life, which is your day, you have what I call mini events. Whether it's dropping your kids off at school, that's an event. Whether it's going to a meeting at 12 o'clock, that's another event. Whether it's calling a client or meeting up with a client at 2 o'clock, that's an event. Okay, so we'll get to more of that later. But the first thing I want to say is number one, and I know you've heard me say it before, is take time to pause throughout your day. Whether it's sitting in the bathroom and just taking a few deep breaths, or maybe you can even, before going into a meeting at a restaurant, go into the bathroom and just take a few deep breaths. I've done it in the parking lot. I've done it in restaurant bathrooms. I've done it outside of office buildings, just so that I can have that reset before walking into a new event. Okay, so that's one way. You can even just go for a quick walk around the building if you want to. That's another great way. Just find a moment that you can just pause just momentarily before going into another event. The second thing you can do is focus on what you want, not what you don't want. So if you have a meeting that you're absolutely dreading, maybe your boss is a jerk or whatever, you don't want to focus on all the things that could go wrong. You want to focus on all the things that could go right. You want to focus on the things that you want. So although, yes, the facts may be your boss is a jerk, that could be a fact. But you know what? Play with your imagination. And just for a moment before walking into that meeting, however long, 15, 20 minutes, 5 seconds, whatever, just imagine that meeting just going smoothly and you getting everything you want out of that meeting. Whether it's a raise or whether it's just not to be picked on. Whatever it is, just focus on what you want and not the things that you don't want. Because what happens is we tend just to think about all the things that we don't want subconsciously, and they just repeat over and over in our head. Oh, this is going to be a crappy meeting, and it's going to be horrible. So you don't want to do that. Set your intention that it's going to be a really good meeting. And play with it. Just play with your imagination. Just pretend, because it's really not doing any harm, is it? Because whatever the outcome turns out to be, at least you are like kind of mentally stable, and you kind of tricked yourself into thinking that it could be a really good meeting. So set your intention that it's going to be good and focus on what you want and not the things that you don't want. Okay, and the last thing is to be willing when an event goes wrong, a mini event that is. When a mini event goes wrong or not the way that you had expected or had hoped for or planned, be willing to let it go. That event has nothing to do with the event after it. And this whole event thing in the mini life, for a day, the beginning, middle, and an end, it really helps to be able for you to separate the bad events versus the good events. Because again, you don't want to drag your crappy event meeting at 12 o'clock into your 3 o'clock or 2 o'clock lunch with a girlfriend. That's silly. And your girlfriend doesn't deserve it, right? So just be willing to say, you know what, that was really crappy. That meeting sucked. But the minute that you get into your car or the minute that you get back into your office and sit down in your chair, just say, okay, this is a new event and I'm going to move on from here. All right? Okay, so that's all I have for tools for balancing throughout your day. Stay tuned for your evening balancing tools. Talk to you later, guys. Bye.